Hey team, welcome to 2025 in the Grass Commando. What you're looking at here is my good wife's first batch of Italian tomatoes. They're not looking too badly. Hey, for today's video I'm going to cover off how you can fix up bald patches in your lawn. You'll suffer those from time to time through just grass dying away, your cats digging and squatting, or just fungus. So there's one way I'm going to try today. And that's pre-germination, so I'll show you a neat trick. There are several ways of doing it, but I'll just show you the way that I do it. So here's an example of a issue you might have to deal with, a bit of a patch in the lawn. As you can see, the mat has died away. This is probably where I sprayed some weeds and they've died. Now there's a few ways that you can do it, from simple to more complex. One of the ways that you can just throw down grass seed, but unless it's got purchase against soil and maintains contact, you're not going to get much luck. I've had some luck, but not a lot. The other reason is if you don't scrape away the dead matter, then it's not really contacting the soil. So you can see there, if I put seed down, probably not going to get a lot of joy from that. So I don't recommend the old throw and hope. This here was a patch that I've had been in my lawn for a couple of years actually, and I tried a slightly different approach. So another way you can do it is scrape away all the dead matter, put down some seeds and a light dusting on the top of some lawn soil. Lawn soil is good because it's got some initial nutrients, and then it's a matter of keeping it damp. I did this about 8 days ago. I've had to water it twice a day, keep it damp, and as you can see, they're just starting to sprout. But I'm impatient. That took about 8 to 9 days, to be honest. So I think there might be a quicker way to deal with it. So I'm going to try a different way for a next lot of patches I have to do, which is what's called pre-germination. And essentially you soak the seeds 24 hours in some water. So here I've got the mix of my fescue. It's a mixture of chewings and creeping red. I'll let this sit for 24 hours. Strain it, and then put it on some trays in a warm environment. Stir it around, and when the seeds start cracking, then I can put them into the lawn. But as you can see here, this has been soaking overnight, not quite 24 hours. A little bit later today, I'll take it to the next step. Hey team, so I've finished soaking the seeds for about 24 hours, so I'm ready to go to the next step. And for this you'll need a couple of things. You'll need to set up a bit of a strainer. So what I've done here is not sexy, but just got some muslin cloth, taped it over a bucket so that it'll catch all the seeds. And what I'm going to put them on is put them on a tray. I just got this tray here with a black plastic rubbish bag on it, and that's where I'm going to spread them out and let them germinate for a few more days. So the next step, obviously, to carefully separate the seeds from the water. So just need to do this slowly. It's going to take a bit of a while. There's no need to rush it. As you can see, different colour of the seeds have a different type of fescue. Giving it a little bit of a shake. And they say about 35 grams of seed per square metre. I don't know how much I put in here. I generally overseed, so you can be quite generous depending on the patches that you've got. So you can see there's quite a bit of seed there. We've got quite a few patches, so I'll let that sit for a while just to get rid of most of the moisture, but not all of it. So here you can see I've spread out the seed. Now it's just a case of making sure it doesn't dry out completely, but letting it sit until the seeds actually crack, so you can actually see some sprouts out of it. I don't know how many days. It'll be quite interesting to see. I'll probably leave this inside where it's quite warm, keep a little bit moist on the top, but keep giving it a stir a couple of times a day, and we'll come back and have a look at it and see what it does. Hey team, Grass Commander here. Just thought I'd give you an update on how the pre-germination's going with the seeds. As you can see here, it's been about 4 days, I suppose, and you can see how fast they can germinate if you take a little bit of care. If I'd put these in the ground and just put dirt over and watered them, I'd still be probably looking about 8 days. So now they're getting to the stage where I'm going to have to probably look at transplanting them into the ground, and all I do there is take them out of here, spread them into the bald sections, and put a little bit of dirt over the top. So I'm going to do that a little bit later today, and we'll see how it goes. So this is the type of stuff you'll see in the AO that I'm dealing with. This stuff here in particular might look like vermin or whatever it is, but it isn't. It's actually where I've sprayed paspalum. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the dead matter that's on here. As you can see, scrape it up, get rid of it before laying down the seed. I might have dropped some seed in there earlier and it's sort of starting, but I'm going to start again. Here's one that I've done. So I'm going to rip out all this dead matter before giving it a little bit of water and then spreading some seed. So as you can see, I spread the seed over there. It was a little bit problematic because it's still quite wet, but there we go. I just put a light dusting of soil over the top and wet it, and then we'll see what happens. I've also got some areas where I've just put some straight seed down because I ran out of product, so we'll just see how it goes. And here's about 48 hours later after keeping it damp all day, and you can see it's got a head start. To get to this stage from just planting the seeds in the ground would take about 8 days, but here you go. It was about 3 or 4 days germination in a couple of days, so I've saved couple, and I've taken root and established themselves really early. So a really good option for planting seed if you're that way inclined.